All right, so it's been a really long time since we do a leak video here on the channel, but as some of you know, the update is going to be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be honest with you, we have a lot of things to go over, so let's not waste any more time and get right into the leaks. Now, the last time we did this, you guys pretty much enjoyed when I went over to my Discord and showed you everything over there. So let's now transition over to my Discord and go over my MR Leaks channel. If you want to join, discord.gg/carbonmeister. Link will be at the very top of the comment. All right, so the way that we're going to be doing this is pretty much starting all the way from June 20th, which was the very first day that we got a leak. And honestly, we're going to kind of rapid fire through all of these because, well, it's kind of just little snippets of a much bigger thing that'll be further down this list. So starting off, this image right here is what we now know the fireworks show that will be happening every so often. We don't exactly know how often it'll be happening, but I'll give you guys a little more detail on that when we get to another picture. Scrolling down, this is a checkbox. I know it's not crazy, but now we actually know that this checkbox is related to the quest system that's going to be coming for the 4th of July update. Scrolling a little bit further down, you'll notice that Tony went ahead and set a message right here. As you can see, he will be increasing the trading from 9 slots all the way to 18, so it will be doubling, which I know a lot of people kind of want items to be stackable. I don't exactly know why they don't want to do that. I'm sure there's some type of reasoning, but at the end of the day, I'm okay with them just doubling it. Now, the next thing on the list here is we will be getting some type of a 4th of July customer. Unfortunately, as of the time that I'm recording this video, which again, the update is for tomorrow, there is no furniture that is going to be releasing, which summons this. So my guess is that this customer will likely be very similar to the princess customer, except that obviously we know the princess customer had the table and the chair. But if you remember correctly, every so often, I think it was like every hour, you were able to go ahead, find the slipper, and then the princess customer would come into your restaurant. I'm kind of assuming that this is how that's going to work. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but if let's say he was to come in every single hour, just by us completing maybe all of the quests that are available at the time, it could be very possible that maybe he's a gem customer. Again, that's me just making a wild guess, and also me kind of hoping that they eventually add a gem customer because I really want one, and so does everybody else in the community. Now, scrolling down, you will notice that I posted this hot dog right here, and I said forgot to post this 2 days ago, but was uploaded by Lucas titled hot dog. Then I mentioned a glizzy stall. Now, that was kind of my prediction at the time. I was sort of assuming that this was going to be similar to the lemonade stand, where we would get a hot dog stand instead. Turns out that's not the case. This is related to the event where we will have to do a hot dog eating competition. Sounds crazy, I know, but we'll be getting into more of that in just a second. Like I mentioned before, these starter ones, we're going to kind of rapid fire through them because the really good stuff is closer to the end. But all of this information is kind of important, especially starting right here. So I want to go ahead and make it very clear that as of the time of recording this video, I do not have much information on the ice cream machine. It's very possible that we may not even see this tomorrow, which is exactly why when I posted this, I said possible leak. And then at the bottom, I mentioned that if I delete it, to ignore the post. This one kind of came into my radar on the 23rd of June, and we actually got an updated version of this. Well, actually, a couple of updated versions of this, which I will show you guys in just a second. But before we do that, moving on to the next thing, this was a tweet that was sent out by Tony, which I do want to point out, I am in no way a developer, so I don't really understand this language. But some of the things that we can see from here is that there is going to be an award token and then the 4th of July event token timestamp. So yes, you will be able to earn tokens inside of this quest system, which I do have an image of how these tokens are going to look, and we will take a look at that in just a second. Next, you have what we now know is called the firework display. So this one is kind of interesting because if you notice here, this is the regular version of it, but there's also going to be a gold version of this. The gold version is now confirmed to be 800 Robux. That could potentially change in price, but we know that the gold version is definitely going to be for Robux. This regular version, I have no idea how it's going to be handled, but I'm going to assume that it will be a reward in the quest system. Now, I know that I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but here is the first look of the quest system, which was posted by Lucas on the 26th of June. Not a lot of information right here. All we obviously see is that this quest up here is completed. It's telling us that it was already claimed. And while they did cross this out here, we can see that it says win 5 hot dog eating competitions. We'll get a little bit into the hot dog eating competition in just a second, because if we scroll down, you will notice right here that that same exact day, a couple of hours later, Tony went ahead and tweeted out this image, which shows that every so often there is going to be a fireworks show, and then every so often there will also be the hot dog eating competition. Again, I don't exactly know how often these will be happening and how long it will last, but one thing to point out is that there is minutes and hours into this, so maybe it'll be every 1 hour, maybe every 4 hour. I have no idea right now, but once we get more details, I will definitely post it in my Discord, so make sure that you guys join and check out the MR Leaks channel. Another thing that's important about this is we see the reward section at the bottom, and to the left hand side we can see that there is 3 quests that you can do in total. I don't know if these reset maybe every single fireworks show or how often these actually do reset, but that is definitely something really important. And now we move on to the next thing, which is this firework here. So this one, again, we haven't really gotten too much information on this, so I would take this one very, very lightly. But something to point out about that is that there is a regular and gold version. Yes, I understand that there's a star on this one and there isn't on this one. When I actually took this picture, it was sort of turned around, so I flipped it around and then I showed the front side of it. So again, a regular and a gold version. I have not seen this one up for Robux, so I don't exactly know if this will be potentially maybe added later on today, or if this is something that you can get for free. But let's move on now to what I told you guys before, and that is the ice cream machines. Again, take this very lightly. We have not gotten any information whatsoever regarding the ice cream machines, but this was just an update that they made to it where they added different colored ice creams to it. But this one is still very iffy. I'm hoping that at some point later on today, maybe they add it into the game, because as of right now, it doesn't really look like this might be coming tomorrow. Moving on to the next thing, you have the popsicle. This is really cool. I have absolutely no idea what this is going to do, but it was uploaded, and honestly, I'm kind of excited for it. I really want to get my hands on this. I don't really care what it does. And at least as of the time that I'm recording this, this will not be for Robux. Oddly enough, it will likely be a reward for the quest system. Next thing here on the list is the balloons. These again will likely be for free and probably a part of the reward system. Underneath that, we have the jungle set. Now, yes, this is already in the game, and they had previously remodeled the entire jungle set, but it never was released. Then this update, they seem to have redone it again. No clue if this will be releasing and they'll be just revamping it or why exactly this was re-uploaded, but I definitely know that the chair was sort of changed, and it isn't just limited to that, because if we scroll down here, they also kind of retextured the ancient ruin. Doesn't really have like all the grass effect on the bottom and stuff like that. Again, I don't know if this will be added into the game as a revamp to the already existing items, but definitely something that I wanted to show to everybody. And there is one more thing that's also potentially getting a revamp, but we'll get to that. Before, I do want to show you guys this absolutely terrible quality video. Hold on a second. Let me let this load. All right, here we go. This is much better. But this was basically a short little snippet that was uploaded by Lucas on his Twitter. And if you notice, the 4th of July customer is standing right there in the same place in the center where all of the other event NPCs usually are. What was interesting is, if you notice in the background, there is outside a bunch of hot dogs falling out of the sky, and there's obviously a hot dog that lands right behind the daily reward. So likely how this is going to work as far as the hot dog eating competition is they will rain from the sky. You guys have to run around, collect the hot dogs, and there's actually different versions of this as well, because if we scroll down, this was an image that was posted by Tony, and if you notice to the left hand side of him, there is a golden hot dog. Aside from the golden one, there's also a blue hot dog, which is called a speed hot dog. I don't have an image of it because they only uploaded the texture of it. I wasn't exactly able to get you guys a blue hot dog to show you, I guess. Next on the list here is the event button. So this is apparently going to be the button on the side somewhere like a UI where I guess we'll open up the quest menu. It'll say 4th of July event. And yeah, it looks really cool, honestly. Underneath that, we have the skybox. So when the fireworks show goes off, the sky is going to change different colors. And I actually have a video of this courtesy of HG from RBXG Leaks. So huge shout out to him. But I will show you guys that in just a second, because underneath that, we have the firework token. This is what the tokens will be looking like. And while you'll be able to earn these in-game while doing the quest, you will also be able to purchase these with Robux in kind of like different packs. They have like a tiny pack, a medium pack, and like a big pack. That is actually a recent leak that I posted as of actually just like maybe a couple hours ago. As promised, here is a view of what the skybox is going to look like. It's really nothing too crazy. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it's definitely really cool. As I mentioned before, there is going to also be the kind of potential change to Amethyst. This was uploaded as geode, table, and chair. So I don't exactly know if this is going to be a revamp or what they're even planning with this, because again, they've done all of these revamp uploads, but we haven't actually seen them in game. And like I mentioned here in the actual text that I put, something to note is that when the Amethyst table and chair were uploaded, they were also called geodes. So it isn't really a big surprise that they named that when they uploaded it. Then for our final and most recent leak, as of what, like maybe an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, I posted up the Robux prices that are available as of right now. Like I mentioned, golden firework display, 800 Robux. Big token pack has no price right now because it was a placeholder. Medium token pack and the tiny token pack. Now, aside from all of that information, there is a couple of other tiny little things that were mentioned that are coming tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. And I know a lot of you are going to be super happy about this, but there is apparently a layout saver coming. If you don't exactly understand what that means, it's basically going to be like a loadout, but for your layouts. So a good example would be whenever you prestige, usually every single item on all 10 of your floors gets picked up and put into your inventory. Well, hopefully as of tomorrow, you will be able to go ahead and save your entire layout so that way once you prestige and purchase all 10 floors, you can just click one button and it will place down your entire layout the way that you had it before. That's going to be a huge game changer for a lot of different reasons. It really depends on how many slots there is. Let's say that there was 10 slots or 5 slots, which would probably be the more realistic number. You could technically have a layout for money making, a layout for customers, and you could even have a layout to make your restaurant look like a real restaurant. That is what I am beyond excited for. If multiple slots are added tomorrow, you will definitely be seeing videos here on the channel of us building different things. I've already gone ahead and told the devs that I would really like to see some more decoration items. The example that I kind of gave them was like a disco dance floor and like maybe some lava lamps or like a DJ booth. That way I'm able to make maybe one of my floors just like a nightclub inside of the restaurant. I think that'd be really cool. And plus we already have the disco ball in the game, so it would definitely be really cool to see this have a purpose. I mean, like, come on, imagine a dance floor down here, nice little DJ booth. I think it'd be pretty sick. Another thing that was mentioned was a hyper dishwasher. Again, I don't exactly have any information on this, nor do I have an image to really show you, so I don't exactly think that this is going to be making it into the game, this update, but it was mentioned by Tony somewhere, at least. I think it was in the MRV channel or something. I don't even know exactly where it was, but aside from Tony mentioning it, I really have not seen any type of like proof or evidence that that will be coming in this next update. But again, like I always say, if you want to stay up to date, join my Discord and check out the MR Leaks channel, as well as the My Restaurant channel, where plenty of people are always talking. Now, aside from that, that pretty much wraps it up for all of the leaks that we've gotten so far, man. I'm excited for tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be a huge update for free-to-play players. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to add some things for you guys to chase after. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and potentially share some ideas that you would like to see come to the game in the future. I feel like that'd be really interesting to read on, and I'll definitely go ahead and potentially pin the one that I like the most. Aside from that, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Like always, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.